Today I'm going to show you how I built a complete language learning dashboard inside of xTiles. I recently started learning Spanish and I wanted to develop a system where I could have all of my resources and helpful links in one place so that way I could be as effective as possible when actually learning the language. Last week I posted an overview of this template and today I'm going to walk you through step by step how I actually built it in xTiles in like less than 15 minutes. And if you're new to the channel, guys, welcome. My name is Dan. I'm a SaaS systems consultant with over 5 years of experience building out systems and workflows for teams all over the world. And on this channel, I make SaaS tutorials, systems videos, showing you how to build scalable solutions without any of the kind of overwhelm or fluff that you might find elsewhere. All right, so let's jump into xTiles and start building out our language hub. All right, so we're gonna start by creating a new workbook. We're gonna start from scratch. Now, great, we're starting in a blank, fresh xTiles template. We're gonna call this language hub or whatever you wanna call it. We're gonna give it a nice little earth emoji because you gotta make it a little fun. Change the cover. You can change it to whatever you want. I like to always just kind of make it flowers as a general thing. Bam, it's looking better already. All right, so from here on the language hub, we're gonna call this first tab learning, and we're gonna quickly create just like a few tiles by just clicking and then dragging along. This is gonna be our check every day. This one is gonna be our priorities. And this one is going to be our goals. The cool thing that I really like about this is that you can kind of change the style of all of these to match whatever flavor you like. Give these some emojis. Change up the style again. Bam. Yeah, we're just gonna give these all a little bit of flair. Right, something like that. All right, so for the check every day, I'm just gonna come over to Anki, grab a link, paste it in, and I'm gonna change it to a bookmark so that it gets that nice view. Or do I click that little icon? No, I like the bookmark one. Yeah, the bookmark one is the best because it gives you a little icon. I just think it looks nicer. For priorities, we're gonna hit the slash button. We're going to find the numbered list, and we're just gonna go ahead and put in our priorities. And you can make these whatever you want. You can make your list as long as you want, whatever floats your boat. I'm just gonna keep it to the 3 for the sake of the demo. And then for the goals, we're gonna go ahead and hit the / again to bring up all of our blocks. I am going to find the checklist. So here we're gonna put in whatever our goals are. Right? Quick, easy goals. You can check them off or uncheck them whenever you want, or you can convert them into tasks even if you want them to show up on your to-do list within xTiles. Super great, really helpful functionality. Now I'm gonna go underneath here and I'm gonna draw up a couple more tiles by just clicking and dragging again. These will be our kind of resources for learning. So I'm gonna call this one podcast, YouTube channels, and what do we do for writing? I'm just gonna call it writing, fuck it. Why not, right? Again, just give these a little bit of style. Bam, bam, bam. Change that to a TV. Bam, bam, bam. Bam. Perfect. Now we're just gonna go grab our links again to whatever we want to have in these resources. Change it to bookmark, let that load for a second for each one. Drop it in, bookmark, bam, copy, paste, in, bam. And then we can just cycle through until they pop up properly. Sometimes it takes a second for them to pop up. But either way, this is where you'll kind of drop in those links. They'll eventually load with their icon. But we're gonna keep the train moving from here, and we're gonna go ahead and build out our second tab. This is gonna be our learning calendar. Or we'll call it schedule. And from here, we'll start to make our events that we want to have each day. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in flashcards. You can give this a property if you want, like a checkbox to let you know that it's done. Gotta hit save. Great, and then you can add in your notes section if you want to. Great, now that exists. So we can go ahead and add in a couple more. I'll call this one speaking lesson. You can see it has the same property already that we just gave the other one. Add in notes section again, move that over to Tuesday. You can also color code if you want to by just clicking on them and then adding some colors to them just like that, just to make it a little bit easier. You can also click, duplicate, and drag them over to the different days. It's that simple to set up your calendar and your learning schedule. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and do this for the entire calendar. You guys can do that on your own, or you could do it week by week, whatever floats your boat. But from here, I'm going to now move on to creating our different hubs. So we're gonna call this one a creative page, blank page. I'm gonna call this vocab hub. And the vocab hub is as simple as having the images that you want to add to it, and then just dragging and dropping them in. And then once they load, you are good to go. And then you can resize them to whatever you want so that you can read them easier, or you can move them around, whatever floats your boat really. Add another page. We'll call this one exercise sheets, or just exercises depending on what you want. And you want to grab them one at a time, because if you grab them multiple at a time, xTiles will kind of put them all in the same like box essentially. And again, just dragging and resizing to whatever size I want. Now, if I wanted to create like a group page for a specific set of exercises or a specific piece of vocab, I can go ahead, double click that, or right click it, I guess, and then add to new group. We'll call this vocab, and then we will create a blank page. We'll call this, I don't know, for Spanish, I'll call it ser y estar. And then from here, we can drop in more sheets, more templates. If I wanted to do like conjugations, like for ser, I can just start dropping them all in. Gotta make it capital. So you could really like play around with what you do here, right? You can have all the conjugations in like a box like this, and then you can add in your specific exercise sheets or any other kind of documentation that you have that goes along with that specific set of vocab. Really quick, really easy to do. And then just for funsies, we can go ahead and color code all of these tabs just to make them a little bit prettier. And bam. All right, guys, and there you have it. That's how you build the language learning hub in xTiles. Super simple, super flexible, easy to grow with over time. If you're exploring more ways to use SaaS tools in your daily life and be more productive, be sure to check out some other videos on this channel. And thank you. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.